Hey, what's up? It's Doug, CSR Promotions, CSRPromo.com. Here with our first producer that we're interviewing for the series of Why an Orlando Rapper Hasn't Made It Yet. I'm with Phil for real. Introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, man, you already know, man. Feel for real, you know what I'm saying? Raised in Crosstown, you already know all the Orlando people, natives, they know what that is, you know what I'm saying? Check Channel 9, they talk about us all the time, but, I'm one of the good ones, so holla at me,
All right, so the question from a producer's angle, you've been seeing the interviews, we've talked, you've watched the DJs, some of the DJs speak, some of the artists. Like, we're trying to really solve this, like, and you might have a different insight than what we've heard from some other people. So, why do you feel an Orlando artist hasn't taken it to that next level in the last few years, or anybody currently?
Well, I feel like Orlando artists, they're not doing homework, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they have the conferences for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They tell you, hey, you can pay a good producer, pay a good engineer, you know what I'm saying, pay for promo, you know what I'm saying, and then after that, you know what I'm saying, take the steps to make it happen for you. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say for instance P.I. Bang, you know what I'm saying? He paid Zaytoven. Zaytoven is one of the hottest producers in the streets right now, you know what I'm saying? But he had to pay him. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all just like asking for favors like the game is owed to you. The game is not owed to you. It's earned, and you know what I'm saying. I had to learn the game. You know what I'm saying.
So,
And
so you feel like some of them ain't handling their business correctly from the jump. Like they don't know, they don't realize that you gotta pay to play, kind of, whether it may be production, quality studio recording, or promotion, or all the above.
all the above, because you know what I'm saying. Like, cause some of these cats come from the streets, and they come with that street mentality. Like, oh, just gimme, gimme, gimme. Well, that ain't how it work. You know what I'm saying? Cause let's say you record in the studio and then you disrespect your engineer. You gotta remember the engineer controls how you sound. So if you go in there sounding like garbage, and then you try to take it to a DJ listen to it, he gonna be like, oh, this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta respect your engineers. First of all, you gotta know the source of the music. It comes from the studio. So if you want to be in the studio, you gotta pay for the beat, pay for the engineer. You know what I'm saying? Pay for the studio, and then after that, it's all up to you to have a tight flow. You know what I'm
So what
saying?
about the people that have their own little home setup? Like, why they don't need an engineer from what they think? Can you tell them why it's important to, once you get your sound and you know it's a hit song, to go re-record it, or do it at a professional studio with an engineer?
A lot of cats don't know about mastering. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna do it in a home-based studio, at least take it to a professional studio to get it mixed professionally, to get the sound quality of it. For instance, I made a song for Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? I had to track out my record and send it to an engineer. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't just take it from me and just give it to him, because if he did, then the quality wouldn't be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have great quality when
So
when it
even
comes to
you had to
sales.
pay to get your
Oh
stuff
yeah,
the right
man.
way.
Oh yeah, man. I don't, come on, man. It coming out of my pocket. You know what I'm
So
saying?
producers, so you're saying, like, because there have been producers lately that have blown up from Orlando.
hmm
So you're saying the producers are even spending money to get their stuff mixed and mastered properly on top of the beat they already made.
exactly, exactly.
Okay, so maybe some of these producers know the steps. Like, they went to school. You went to school for
I went to
this. You got a
school,
degree for
got
this.
a degree and everything, audio engineering degree. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Alan and Donnie. You know.
So basically, like, if they can learn the business by going to these conferences, is that what you're saying? Like, just different stuff, networking with the correct people.
Network with the right person. See who's actually doing good work. If they're out there and you see them, you know what I'm saying, just because you see them don't mean that they're actually doing their job. Look at the piece of paper. Look at the network results. Look at the fans they have. Look at the reaction of the crowd. And plus another thing, when you artists are performing, you want to move the crowd, because if you're not moving the crowd, you ain't making no money. So you got to understand, you can't just be looking all on the ground like this, because you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you trap, yeah, you get money, but you ain't proving it by showing, you know what I'm saying, a good performance. You just wasting people money, and that's why people stand there and just look at you like you crazy. So a lot of y'all just need to stop being scared, and like Armstrong say, take them up through there. You know what I'm saying? That's
So
what I see.
a lot of people, a lot of people are comparing their sounds to other locals when maybe they should be comparing. Does this sound quality sound like the stuff I just heard off the new Rick Ross CD? And if it doesn't, you might need to get your sound up. It's not necessarily your actual skill.
Mhm.
It's your studio time and the engineers and the person
Mhm.
mixing your record. Because a
Mhm.
lot of people mix records, but they don't necessarily do it good. Just like a
Yeah.
lot of people promote records, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean they're good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's practice makes perfect. And you want to first of all, before you even send your record out, you want to make sure you get someone that has a good ear to listen to your record and make sure that it's official before you just start letting people hear it. Because if you do, you can get shot down, and that could be your only chance. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it took me at least like 3 to 4 years to make sure. Like I'm only 24, but it took me like at least 3 years to get a solid sound going because I want to be original. I want to be able to sell. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what it is. You got to be a professional. This is a business. You got to be professional with what you do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of like, okay, another thing I want to address is like a lot of managers and a lot of like, superstar DJs. They try to sign these artists. Like, I'm gonna give you an examples. I'm not gonna show who tried to do it, but you know what I'm saying. This is an example of a messed up contract that a DJ or a manager try to send somebody. Yeah, you this and that, but you know what I'm saying. My lawyer says it ain't 100, so I'm gonna go by what the lawyer say. A lot of y'all artists need to get a lawyer because you could be signing a 4-year contract thinking it's a 2-year contract, and then you stuck for 4 years, and that's why some of the artists might not blow up.
So the artists themselves might not be stupid. Like me and you, let's say we consider ourselves smart out or in general,
Hmm.
but we're not as smart as a lawyer when it comes to legal terms. So
Yeah.
there's maybe some legal terms in there that even if you're knowledgeable about most things,
Hmm.
you're not smarter than a lawyer. So you
Yeah.
got to still pay a lawyer
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
signing anything.
Yeah, got to. You got to pay a lawyer because if you don't, then you're gonna just end up. And plus, if they rush you to sign it, oh, hurry up and sign it. That's even worse, man. You gotta look at the signs, man. Like you just can't just sign a piece of paper and think it's okay, because you're gonna sit there looking dumb and think, yeah, I just signed a contract. Oh, I'm working with this, but that's all you can say. But you won't have no results, though.
All right, so I
know
got a
for a
question
fact.
for you. You basically summed it up with the whole business: be more professional, take
Mhm.
more pride in your sound and your legal, your legal fees and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Well, all right, let's say that you got an artist that's got all that. Let's say he's got the proper sound, he's got his lawyer straight. What like, what's next? What's the next? What's the other reason why they're not
Keep
blowing up?
making hit records,
You
man.
got to keep coming, right?
Keep coming with hit records, man. That's why you gotta. If you let's say, all right, there's a difference between a gangster rapper and a hit record, like sort of type artist, rapper, whatever. Okay, Young Jeezy, he tells stories when he raps. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell by each song that you listen to. You know what I'm saying? Now let's say, like Party Boys.
Shop
this,
boys.
Shop Boys or whatever the
Yeah.
party dudes that do this. I'm sure they're only gonna have one song. You know what I'm saying? You're not really gonna hear another song from them. They're not storytelling type. They're only like one hit wonder type
So
artists.
basically, the longevity, we want to see if you can do it a few times before we really believe in you. Like,
Yeah.
let's say you don't have a nationwide hit, but you got a nice little song in Orlando.
Hmm.
What else do you have? We want to see more than just one little thing.
Exactly. And another thing that Orlando artists need to do is learn the culture of Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Like, get into the streets and start knowing these people because they're listening to your music. Little do you know what I'm saying? And they're looking and they're judging you and they're like, oh, who is this guy? I don't know who this is. He from Orlando? Oh, I don't know you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to network with the streets too because real talk, the streets are talking. You know what I'm saying? And
So,
that's just what it is.
yeah, he's giving some really good points, and I just want to close it out. But I do want to ask you, as a producer and someone who has their ear to the streets,
Hmm.
what are a couple artists that you have seen or heard of from the O that are making some kind of noise in the right direction of the ultimate goal? Can you name a couple of people that you personally heard? You don't necessarily have to be a fan of them, but you
From
just see what they're
Orlando,
doing.
I say Pi Bang. You know what I'm saying? As far as like artists getting their businesses, you know what I'm saying? I'll say a West Fifth. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple A&Rs hollering at him. You know what I'm saying? Showboy. I see Showboy. Me and Showboy doing business for a long time. Haitian Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like Haitian Fresh put me on too. You know what I'm saying? I recorded Gon Jock with Lil Boosie, and I recorded the Rick Ross with him and Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? That's how me and Ross remembered each other. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? So
cool.
it's all about a network. It's a network thing. You know what I'm saying?
So there's a couple cats in the right direction. They just need a couple hits to get it going. And I will.
Oh, Armstrong, Moot Boy, D Boy.
Okay. If they can
The
stay out of trouble.
streets, if they can stay out of trouble, the streets are feeling them really hard,
Okay.
really hard. The streets are feeling them hard, and I know from word of mouth. Real
Okay.
talk.
I'm gonna close this out with a couple thank yous. Thanks for a producer's point of view, Phil for real. Thanks to the athlete's foot. We are in the athlete's foot. This is not our closets or nothing like that. This is the athlete's foot. Off of Orange Ave and the Soto Plaza. Come check them out. TAF Orlando on Twitter. And then Free Pimp J, man. More
Free
music.
Pimp J. Hey, oh, I want to close out. Hey, cop the Triple C's album. You know what I'm saying? Support your boy. You know what I'm saying? You can go to any Super Target. Anywhere that you're gonna find a CD, you'll find me on number 2. I produce White Sand. You know what I'm saying? So Orlando, we working hard. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for that Teflon Don. I'm working, man. I'm working. I promise you. I promise you.